Welcome back to Sprague Homestead on another Mailbag Monday. So the question this spring and early this summer has been, what do I do with all of my eggs? So if you have chickens, they've probably been in overdrive, at least for us, since about March, April. And you may be getting something like this almost every day. If that's the case, chances are high that you are getting far more eggs than you are using, which for two of us, even with the dogs, to say that I've got about 7 of those 18 packs in the house right now would probably be an understatement. So the question becomes, what do you do with them all? So we do a bunch of different stuff. For one, we hatch, we incubate. We have a very large Brincia cabinet incubator, and we hatch a bunch. Right now I've got turkeys going, I've got some chickens, and I am continuously hatching quail throughout the year. So a bunch of them go to that, but yet I've still, like I said, got about 7 of those 18 packs in the house right now. When we're not doing that, we like to use a lot of really egg-heavy recipes, so that means we're eating omelets a couple times a week. You can make things like pound cake, and deviled eggs are always a hit. They take a little bit of time, but that deviled eggs will eat up a whole lot of eggs. Egg salad, that kind of thing. You can also preserve them going forward. So if you've got a lot of freezer space, you can get ice cube trays, particularly the silica or silicone ones that are really flexible and easy to pop out. And you can crack about 1 egg to each one of those, freeze them up, set them aside, and you can use them in your baking and different things. Now, I never have any freezer space, so that's not what we do with them. The only thing that I do in the freezer is I do make up some freezer type recipes. So we make up containers of our baked oatmeal. So I just go ahead and I mix it all up, I freeze it, and then when we're ready to use it, we thaw it out, put it in a container, bake it, and have baked oatmeal for breakfast. I will do a video here in probably the next week or two because I need to make some more anyway, and I'll show you how I do that and what that looks like. You can also do stuff like freezer burritos. We like those a lot. I need to do some batches of those. You can do frozen breakfast sandwiches. We have done those in the past. Kanan doesn't like them quite as much as just making them whole, or just making them as we need them. And they don't use up a whole lot of eggs unless you're making a really, really big batch of them. I make them a lot during the week, and it's just for us an egg each, and so it goes pretty quick. You can also do them for storage, like shelf-stable storage. Now, there's 2 methods. For some reason, everybody in the United States right now seems to be calling everything water glassing, which water glassing and lime watering is 2 completely different processes. They look very similar. The outcome is pretty similar, but water glassing in and of itself requires, I believe it's sodium silicate or silica. It's a silica-based product that I don't even know that you can buy as a lay person to use. Most of what people are using is actually lime watering, and I'll show you what that looks like because we do it. It is pickling lime and water solution, and what this is you use really fresh eggs, nest clean eggs, you're not washing them, and you put them in the solution within the first 24 to 48 hours, and the lime actually seals into the egg pore and seals it completely. So these are actually a year old, so I will I'll make a video on that, and we'll crack some open, and I'll show you kind of what they look like. Quality on them tends to vary. It's really dependent on how much, what the water temperature is, how fresh the eggs are, and all that. I tend to find that the egg yolks tend to be really flat. They're excellent for cooking with. I feel that there's a slightly musty taste to them if I just eat them straight. Some people can detect that, some people can't. Either way, when you take them out, you wash them really well and go ahead and use them. Now, you cannot lime water or sodium silica store-bought eggs. They've been washed. There's already the chance of bacteria is coming in through the pores because when they're washed, they're bleached and stuff comes in. It's always questionable as to how old eggs in the store are anyway. I know what they say, and I know people who have worked in the industry, and it's 2 different answers as to how old those eggs actually are. So you can't do that. I've also heard of people who are basically, they will take eggs and they will cover them in a mineral oil solution, just like your typical mineral oil, coat the eggs really well with it, and that does the same thing without the water and the lime. So it completely seals them. I have not tried it, so I can't speak to it, but if you hit Google, you'll probably find some people that do it. So that's it. That is our best ways to go ahead and use up all those extra eggs. We put some aside for a rainy day. We make extra stuff with them. The dogs get some. It's really good for the dogs and their coat. So we make eggs for the dogs a couple times a week. And there's a whole bunch of different processes out there, but personally that's what we do, is just the cooking or the lime watering. All right, there you go. There is your answer on another Mailbag Monday. If you have questions, leave them down in the bottom. You can send me an email to srhomestead@yahoo.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, all that fun stuff. I know we've been kind of missing in action. I'll put a video out on that here in a minute. And that is it for today. Everybody stay safe out there. Stay cool. I know it's summer everywhere pretty much now, at least in the Northern Hemisphere. And we'll see you next time. Happy homesteading.